Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay.
Good morning.
Let everyone. Good morning, everyone. Let everyone join first. Then we will start the class. Okay. Within 10 minutes, let everyone join. Then I will start. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning again. So first,
Good morning, sir.
okay.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Good
sir.
sir.
morning. Good morning. Okay. One. First of all, my name is Monit Mukhopadhyay. Okay, I am from electrical department, and this introduction session it will be there if the offline classes start. Okay, so all of your introduction and all of your name, roll number, I will take when your offline classes will start, and your name list I will take from your HOD sir. Okay, so first of all, before the starting of your class, let me tell you something that do not give your attendance from the beginning. Okay, I will give you 10 minutes or 15 minutes after the end of the class. Then you will give your attendance. Okay, and regarding this class, whatever I teach you here, whatever I show you, all those study materials will be given to you, okay, in Google Classroom. I hope you have heard the name Google Classroom, yes or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. So in that Google Classroom, I will give all the study materials, and a separate group already was created. So if you have any problem in understanding whatever topics I am discussing here, okay, so please let me know, because this electrical basic electrical class is very important. Why? Because it is related to your all day work. Okay, you have taken information technology. Okay, whatever work you are doing, that is in virtual class. Okay, and in this virtual class we may not have much time to clear all of your queries. Okay, so in this 1 hour class, 40 minutes will be taken for your class discussion. That means your topic discussion, whatever I am teaching. Okay, and 10 minutes I am keeping to solve your query or whatever you cannot understand in this specific class. Okay, and in that 10-minute time you will give your attendance in the chat box. Clear, everyone? So this simple rule you have to follow, and whenever I am speaking or I am saying the topic, please check that you are muted. Okay, otherwise the noise will come from your end and it will be very disturbing. Okay, so okay, I hope you can see the screen. Yes. Hello. Am I
Yes.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
the
sir.
Yes,
screen
sir.
is
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
just okay, okay, fine. Just I need just one answer, okay? Just anyone. So, can you see the screen? Is it visible clearly?
Yes,
Okay,
sir. Yes, sir. Very clear, sir.
fine, fine. So, this is your basic electrical engineering class. Your paper code is ESEE 101. So, there are total 6 modules. Hmm. And the first module is your DC circuit. Okay, so what is in this DC circuit? In your class 12 or 11, you have heard, you have the knowledge of resistor, inductor, capacitor, the normal cells, battery cells. Okay, so there are two types of current that is discussed in the topic. Okay, two types of current: direct current and alternating current. Okay, the current that will flow if you connect one battery and one resistor, that is called direct current. right? Why? Because its magnitude is always constant. Clear? So that various types of DC circuits will be discussed in this topic. Okay. So before the starting of the class, you should have known this course code, that is ESEE 101. Okay. This is your first semester and the credit point is 4. So that's why I am telling you that you have to be very careful. Okay. Because okay, is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this is the, so in this module, we will discuss these following topics: electrical circuit elements R, L and C, that means resistor, inductor and capacitor. Second, the voltage and current sources. Third, the Kirchhoff's current law and voltage law. There are certain laws based on which we will solve different kinds of DC circuit. Okay. Next, the analysis of simple circuit with DC excitation and some theorems. In your syllabus, total 3 theorems are included. First, superposition. Second, Thevenin. And third, Norton theorems. Okay. And last, the time domain analysis for of first order RL and RC circuit. Right. And this is your course outcome of ESEE 101. So after successful completion of this course, you can understand from the first module, that is ESEE 101.1, understand the basics of electrical circuits and circuit parameters and components. Second, analyze the AC circuit, that is 101.2. Next course outcome 101.3, discuss the fundamentals of transformer and its performance. So here transformer will be discussed. Okay. Okay. Let first of all tell me, have you seen any transformer? Just one people. Have you seen transformer in your locality?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So that transformer is mounted on a pole, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So there are different types of transformer are there, and they have different ratings. Okay. If you have visited any power plant, you might have seen many transformers. Okay. But that transformer is different what you have seen in your locality. Okay, based on its construction, based on its capacity, its voltage rating. Okay, so before the discussion of this voltage rating and capacity of the transformer, the concept of AC circuit and DC circuit is very necessary. Okay, so that's why first two topics are based on DC circuit and AC circuit. Okay, third is your transformer. Number 4, establish the role of different electrical machines. Here, I will teach you the induction machine, okay, various kinds of DC machine, right? Next, number 5, develop the knowledge in power converter, okay. In your house, there are, it is installed that when the current is off, then using that device, you have the light. Okay, you are switching on the fan will rotate. Okay, when the current is off, so that is called the converter. Okay, Now, number 6, relate the appearance of different switchgear and electric installations. Here, we will discuss different protective devices. Okay, in your switchboard at home, you have seen fuses are connected. Okay, near the main switch box, circuit breakers are connected. So those circuit breakers, switches, these are called the switch gear. Okay, these are installed to give the protection in your electrical connection at home, right? So in this session, we will discuss about the concept of electricity. Next, concept of circuit element. Third, the details and working of the resistor, inductor and capacitor. And number 4, the knowledge of some active elements. Number 5, some numericals will be taught, and last, some assignments will be given. Okay. So first of all, what is electricity? Okay, if you connect one battery, if you connect one resistor with a battery, one closed circuit will be formed. And if you connect one ammeter, you will see that through that ammeter, current is flowing. Okay, the ammeter, in that ammeter, you will see the needle is giving one deflection. Okay, so that means that some amount of current is flowing through that circuit. Okay, so this current is called direct current because it has a constant magnitude. Okay, and what is the meaning of this current? The opposite direction of the flow of electron. You already read this in 11 and 12 in physics. Okay, so opposite of flow of electron is called electricity or current, right? Okay, just let me. Okay, can you see this? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so you have you, okay, is it visible that this GIF image, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
Clear
here you
as
can
water.
see, okay, fine, very good. So here you can see the flow of electron, right? And the current flow is in this red direction. Okay, so this is the basic concept of electricity. Next, the different types of circuit element we will discuss here, right? First, based on the energy stored, two types of element are there. First, active element, and second, the passive element, right? What is active element? Active elements are like this vacuum tube, semiconductor devices like op-amp. This op-amp, I will show you this op-amp. Good morning. Okay, and transistors. Okay, in your 11-12 physics, have you learned these different types of transistors? Hello, have you learned these different types of transistor in 11 and 12 physics?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
some
sir.
of you are calling yes, sir. Some of you are calling telling no, sir. Okay. Okay. PN junction. PN junction. Okay. Can you remember this one? PN junction.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, yes.
That
Yes, sir.
this is PN junction. Okay, if 2 or 3 types of these junctions are connected together, then this kind of transistors you can build. Okay, like NPN transistor. Okay, NPN transistor. Next is PNP transistor. Okay, so there are various kinds of transistors. So among you, just remember two basic kind. First is NPN type and next is PNP type. Okay, now next is the passive element. What is the difference between this active element and passive element? In this passive element, the basic difference is if you want to change the direction of current, the current will flow. But in active element, only the current flow will be one direction. Right. In this battery, suppose I am drawing here normal battery. This is your positive, this is your negative. I am connecting here one resistor. Okay. So the current will flow in this direction, right? Now, if I change, suppose this is your A point, this is your B point. Okay. Now, I am connecting this one like this. This is B, this one is A. The same magnitude of current will flow through this resistor just like the previous. Okay, that means these elements are called bilateral element. That means in either way the current will flow, but the difference is in PN junction. Okay, this is PN junction. Okay, in this device only in one direction. Suppose this is your A point, this is your B point. In one direction from A to B, the current will flow. If you try to connect a battery, that will tend to flow the current from B to A. This PN device does not allow it. Okay. So this is the basic difference between the passive element and active element. Okay. And also the passive element, this resistor cannot store the energy. Okay. Whenever you try to pass the current through a resistor, it will heat it up. Okay. It will heat it up. And what is the amount of heat? What is the formula? Can you remember this? What is the formula if we pass the current through the resistor? What is the amount of heat?
QIT.
I square RT.
I square RT. Right. I square RT. And what is the name of this formula? What is the law?
Joule's
Based
law.
on which?
Joule law of
Joule's
heating.
law. Correct. That Joule's law of heating, based on the Joule's law of heating, due to the flow of current, it will heat it up. Amount is I square R into T. T is why? It means time. Okay. Next is the inductor. And third is the capacitor. So if you connect the inductor, it is also one type of bilateral device, because if you interchange its points, the current will flow just like the previous. Okay, this is inductor, and you already know the diagram of capacitor. Okay, so these three elements, resistor, inductor and capacitor, are called the passive element. Okay, next is the linear element. Okay, why it is called linear element? Because if you draw the curve V versus I, the curve will show a straight line. Right? So that's why it is these elements, these three elements are called linear element. But non-linear elements means their VI characteristic is not purely linear. Okay. Now, if you take this PN junction, okay, if you take this simple PN junction, okay, what is the concept of this PN junction? It has one cutoff voltage, maybe of 0.7 volt or 0.5 volt. That means if you try to flow the current, if the current is flowing from A to B unless this voltage is built up more than 0.7 volt, till then the current will not flow. If your battery voltage is more than 0.7 volt, then only the current will flow. Okay, that means the curve will look like this. Okay. Now, next is the unilateral element. That is simple PN diode. That means the current flow will be in one way. That means this is your PN junction. This is called diode, and current will flow in only one direction. Okay, not in opposite direction. In opposite direction, current will not flow. Right? Next is the bilateral element. I have already told you what is the meaning of bilateral element. Okay. Now, next is the details of resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Okay, resistor, it is the property that will oppose the flow of electron through the material, and its unit is ohm and denoted by this symbol. Okay. Next one is the inductor. What is the inductor doing? Inductance is the property of the material by the virtue of which it opposes the change in magnitude of current. Okay. It opposes the change of magnitude or direction of current passing through the conductor. Okay. And this element is called inductor. Its unit is Henry and it is denoted by this H symbol. Okay. Suppose it is called L equals to 0.6 Henry. Okay. And its equation is V equals to minus of L di dt. Right? And for the resistor, the equation is V equals to I into R. Okay. Next is the capacitor. The capacitor means it is the capability of this element to store the electric charge in it. Right? And its unit is farad and denoted by this F symbol. And what is its equation? Its equation is I equals to C into dV dt. Okay, I will discuss with how these equations are coming. How can you build this equation? Okay, from 11-12 physics, you have the idea how this equation is coming, right? Why this negative sign is coming, why this rate of change, what is the meaning of this rate of change of current? You have an idea, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, fine. So, these three passive elements are very important when we discuss the various types of DC circuit. Okay, resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Now, next, some active elements. From the diagrams, you may remember different types of transistor that you had learned, okay, in class 11, 12. So this is called PN diode, okay, PN junction, PN diode. This is the transistor, okay, and this one is called thyristor or silicon controlled rectifier, okay. This is called SCR, or otherwise it is called thyristor. Okay, there are two types of transistor based on these current flow, okay. Another type of transistor connection is like this. The current flow is here, okay. Okay, and can you tell me what is the name of this side? What is the name of this side? What is the name of this portion and this one?
Collector, emitter.
This, which one is collector? Upper one, right? This one is called collector. Okay, very good. Next, this is called, this one.
Emitter.
No, that is called base.
Base.
Oh, base.
Base.
Yes, sorry.
Right, this is called base. This one is called
Third one is
emitter.
emitter.
Meter.
Right, very good. So this is called emitter. So तुम लोग पढ़े हो, बस भूल गए हो, है ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, चलो, okay. So this is called
voice not
base.
clear.
This one is what?
Was not clear.
Okay, fine. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
fine. So this is called base. This one is collector. This one is emitter. Okay, and based on the current flow from this figure, we can create the equation of current. Okay, this current is called IB. This current is called IC. Okay, and this current is called IE. And based on our connection, we can call that IE equals to IP plus IC, right? So this is the basic current equation of the transistor. Okay, unlike this transistor configuration, the thyristor is little bit different. Okay, here the connection is either NPN or PNP, okay, but this construction, this SCR construction is little bit different. Its construction is like PN junction is called PN junction. So total in this thyristor, 3 junctions are there, right? This is junction 1. This is junction 2. This one is new to you. Okay, so don't panic. Just try to understand stepwise. Okay, this thyristor construction is little bit different than this transistor. How? In transistor, you can see total 2 junctions are present, right? NPN and PNP. So here in between N and P, one junction is there. In between P and N, another junction is there. So total 2 number of junctions. Okay, but here 3 number of junctions are present. Junction 1, junction 2, and junction 3. Okay, and here in this portion, the doping, that means the concentration is little bit higher. Okay, this portion is called the gate. Okay. Unlike this base, this portion is called gate. Okay, and the other portions are just like the previous. Okay. Now this is called the gate connection. Okay. And this is called cathode. This one is anode. Right. So this is the basic construction of the thyristor. Okay. Now next, some linear and non-linear characteristic. Here in this construction, you can see that one battery is connected, okay, with one resistor and one another resistor, that is called non-linear resistor. Okay, if you have seen any kind of passive element like this and one arrow mark is passing through the element, it means that this element has the non-linear characteristic. What is the meaning of non-linear characteristic? It means, suppose take one example. Okay, if you try to flow a current, suppose 5 ampere, okay, its resistance is 10 ohm. Okay, if you want to flow the current of 6 ampere, then its resistance will drastically change to 25 ohm. So this characteristic is non-linear. This VI characteristic is non-linear. Okay, in first case, what did I tell you? If 5 ampere current I am flowing through the circuit, and then we are observing that the resistance is 10 ohm. Okay, so what is our total voltage? 50 volt. Clear? Now second, I am trying to flow the current of 6 ampere, then its resistance is changed to 25. Okay, so 25 into 6, it is 150 volt. Suppose I am increasing this current 7 ampere, its resistance again changed to 30 ohm. Okay, that means 210 volt across the resistor. So this kind of characteristic, if you observe for any element, whether it is one resistor or inductor or capacitor, that means it has non-linear characteristic. And why this is happening? This is happening due to the generation of heat. Okay, when you are flowing, when you are trying to flow one certain amount of current in one resistor, the heat is generated. Okay, and based on that heating, due to the different composition of material in the resistor, their resistance will change, right? And due to that change, the total voltage generation across that resistor is different. So your VI curve is getting non-linear. Okay, and if you observe the, if you are observing, suppose this R1 or this R1, okay, 5 ampere current you are flowing, okay, you are trying to flow the 5 ampere current, then the resistance is 5 ohm. You are increasing the current 6 ampere, again the resistance is 5 ohm. So that means the characteristic that R1 is showing, that is linear characteristic. Okay, you can see here, this is the linear characteristic, this is non-linear characteristic. Okay, and this non-linear characteristic you are observing due to what? Due to various reasons it may happen. Number one, due to the generation of heat. Second, the composition of the resistor. Okay, it may be due to the impurity, amount of impurity present in the resistor construction. Okay, so there are different kinds of reason. Next, unilateral and bilateral element I already had discussed, right? Now next, the formula that we should remember, and some of you already know these formulas, okay? For this resistor, V equals to I square R. Okay, just a minute. हेलो बोलो गुड मॉर्निंग हाँ 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 आज हो जाएगा हम जाएंगे डिपार्टमेंट में हो जाएगा देखते हैं ठीक है okay sorry for the interruption now next one is the circuit element the inductor okay now based on Faraday's law Lenz's law these equation you can derive okay that is V equals to L di dt okay and that what is the value of the current that is 1 by L integration V dt plus I0 why because V equals to L di dt okay second from this equation you can derive V dt equals to di integrate both sides and 1 by L is here so 1 by L integration V dt equals to I plus the constant okay and what is the constant value if at time t equals to 0 that means the initial current we should add here that initial current is I0 okay and what is the power what is the basic equation of power the basic equation of power is V into I okay now for that inductor what is the value of V you had derived L di dt so put it here L di dt into I okay so from here if you integrate you can generate the equation I di by dt okay so from here P into dt integration L I into di okay so from here you can generate the amount of power that is stored in the inductor okay now what is the form of power that this inductor is storing inside it do you know that just like the capacitor inductor is also storing the power in form of what is it known to you if yes then speak okay so that means it is not known to you the in inductor the energy is stored in the form of magnetic energy okay in the form of magnetic energy remember everyone that whenever current is flowing through the inductor it is storing the energy in the form of magnetic energy okay and in case of capacitor it is storing the energy in the form of electrical energy okay in the form of electrical energy that's why we are saying that Q equals to C into V. Okay. Now, okay, well, it is almost 10:50, right? So we don't have much time. You have another class to attend also. So I am concluding today's class till this inductor portion. Okay. From the next class, how to derive these equations I will discuss. Okay. Now everyone give your attendance in the chat box. Okay, some of you have already given. Don't worry. Okay, so everyone give your attendance in the chat box. And if you have given, you may leave the meet, okay, because your class is over. So we will meet again in the next class. Okay, so thank you
you, sir.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.